All right, ready to get started. Also good morning, Bear Duda. Switch over to here. You don't like the starting soon screen for this game? It makes it harder. I understand. Yeah. Random name come out. Actually, I think I called out stacking Mirror Clamp and Lord Mist right before you arrived. And then went off to go like continue my morning routine to get ready for the stream. I think the starting soon screen is harder because it moves at a different speed. Wait, really? Hold on, let me. It's the exact same app. It's the same app. It's also the same as the break time. I wonder. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what would cause it to be more difficult. Like to look. I wonder if it's like the big stuff in the center. Also that like makes it look different. And the other question we got is, Lord Mist, what's the kitty cat's name again? Kitty cat's name is Xilbe, Xilbe. It's my wife came up with the name in a dream. Doesn't have any specific meaning. It's but it seemed, it's nice enough. Is Xilbe in petting distance? Xilbe is in petting distance. Let me see. Grab the Xilbe cam. All the wires are tangled up. And move this around. Trying to compete with Elon Musk with names. No, not trying to compete with Elon Musk with names. All right. Oh, you redeemed Pet the Cat for 500. I think you redeemed that like twice yesterday too. Let me go ahead and studio mode to make sure this looks okay. And I'm gonna add in that. Here is Xilbe is hanging out on my other Linux laptop. Sort of being a little bit sleepy. Like most cats, loving to hang out on keyboards. Because how dare I like pet something that's not Xilbe? The fake computer trick, or rather just the computer I'm not using trick. Let's see who did that last time. Looking at this, rewards. Oh my gosh, it's so zoomed in. Oh, Raven Legend redeemed it. So I'm going to... Bear Duda also redeemed Pet the Cat. Okay, well I'm gonna redeem all of these. We're petting the cat. I don't want to pick up the cat because he's dozing off right now. But maybe he'll go over to his cat tree later and hang out. It's also possible he might post to Slack because he seems to have opened that up. It doesn't help that this is a touchscreen display on this monitor, so he does trigger that. 2 hours of cat petting. We could I could just switch over to just chatting and we'll just pet the cat and chat about things. All right, but we do have some stuff we want to do. For example. There is, I think I turned off, I turned off get stuff on here, but if we open up Get Kraken, Yeah, let's go ahead and review your pull request, Lord Mist. So yesterday, Lord Mist did a pull request into the Get the Streamer game. Can I actually see it? Full pull request on GitHub. So the idea is that there's a build script here that's going to copy in the assets. So we're bringing in anyhow. Oh, for build dependencies, we're bringing in anyhow and fs extra. Oh, instead of using error. Let's see. Okay, then you marked off that it's done in the README. And here's the build.rs file. Let's see, use anyhow, it's extra. Standard environment path in FS. Okay, so figure out what the output folder is. Resources, the directory to copy assets from. So assets directory. This is provided by cargo, but we need to move up in order to get the correct folder. Okay, nice. So we're using environment variables to figure out what these are, which is perfect. We call parent thrice here to get the target debug or target release folder. Append the output directory for the assets. Okay. Okay, so then create copy options. Skip if it exists, so don't overwrite. Okay, hold on. Not overwrite and overwrite. With overwrite just being true. So skip exists, don't overwrite. And overwrite. That seems interesting that it like needs both of these. Not sure if you would trust that looping 3 times to get into a path. Yeah, that does seem a little bit odd. But I haven't played with this before, so I have no idea how it's gonna work. We can try it out, see what happens. Create the resources folder. Okay, so fs create directory. Okay, so this is gonna create the directory if it doesn't exist, I'm guessing. This loop is required so files don't end up in resources assets. For file and file reset assets directory. So copy items. So from the in path, the output, throw in the copy options. Copy failed. Cool. And that's that. Out directory points to target debug. Well, and there's, oh right, and the environment variables are passed in by Rust itself, so I don't need to add anything in for myself. So it's going to be really interesting to see if this works for me, because it's a little bit weird when I'm in a Rust, what is it called? A workspace. And I can change these constants at the top. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I'll merge this in. There's not really any big like huge changes. One thing that like I might do is I might switch over to just error instead of anyhow, since error is kind of wrapping around anyhow also and is fully compatible. But let's go ahead and give this a shot. So merge this. Anyhow works fine in script too. Yeah, it does. So come back to here. No, come back to here. And pull down. So now we have the latest in master. So in here, we should now be able to see all this stuff. So in get the streamer game, here's our assets. Here's our build.rs. So here's all this code that we have here, and our cargo.toml. Oh wait, that's the wrong cargo.toml. That's this cargo.toml now has the extra stuff. Okay, so I think we don't have to add anything in here, do we? It's just we just run like cargo run, and it should run this build.rs. So let's see what happens when I do that. Just try to build and see if it works. Yeah, okay. Streamer game, cargo build. Now, did that put it into here? Didn't put them into here. Did it put it into here? So I can't tell if it put them in here. Danny Fritz, good morning. Let's go ahead. Come to here. Let's just delete you. So there's nothing in resources in this debug now. And let's try cargo build again. No, it did not. So I don't see that working. It didn't drop them in. So I think a little bit more work needs to be done, unfortunately. Because I don't actually see it trying to run. I wonder, do I need to put the build.rs at the base of the workspace? So I put you out here. I'm not seeing you do anything there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm checking both targets. I don't think it ran it. So I think there's a little bit more to play with. I'm gonna go ahead and undo that for right now because we still need a little bit of work to get it to actually run. But I'm gonna change this to update build.rs file that Lord is created in the root project. Are you sure it didn't run? Try to put a panic in there, see if the build fails. Sure. Let's come in here. That's just like right at the top. Put a panic. Are we running? Save view. Cargo build. So, okay, it is panicking. It did panic. I guess I don't know where I put it then. Where it's trying to move the stuff. Oh, did I put it outside the function? Yeah, let's put you in here. Thread name panicked at are we running? So it did run in here. I don't think I could. I think this is, oh, that's the wrong one. I think this was a, oh no, it's not a compile error. It's just a panic. Interesting. Can try adding debug out directory. Absolutely. Run that. For we'll debug outdir Okay, so running cargo build. I'm not seeing that run at all. If it runs successfully, you don't get to see the output. Oh, interesting. Okay. Nope. That goes there. Ending build .rs. But it's still not getting. Oh, try printing. Well, it still didn't print out. Oh wait, no, here it is. Out directory. Okay, so documents code, Rux builds, Rust workspace, target, debug, build, get the streamer game out. That okay. So that's up there. And if we move you down to right before we panic, save you again. Okay, so out directory, code Brooks builds, Rust workspace, target, debug, build. So here's going into the Rust workspace, target, debug, build in here, and it should be going to resources. Oh, but wait, did it add these in? I think it added these in. Let's try this again without the panic. Okay, never mind. I thought that I had deleted them before, but I guess I didn't. Okay, so here's the debug. So Rust workspace, target, debug. So here's the full Rust workspace, target, debug, build. So it goes to build, get the streamer game. This specific one went to 11F, out, and then tried to run there. Yeah, you can see here's where it's putting the like build script exe. But take a look at this. Resources appeared in here now. Did it just take a while for it to show up? Did it work? I don't know. I think I may have done the debug wrong. Debug the out directory. Maybe use out path as opposed to out directory, but that still seems odd that it would not be. Let's see, out path. Okay, let's run this. Out path, users documents code, builds, Rust workspace, target, debug, resources. Okay, so that's correct. This is where they're supposed to be going. If I open up actual file explorer, actually, we could just do this in here. So target debug resources. So here's all these. If I delete you again. Okay, so DR, there's nothing in here. I want to run you without the panic. Then dir. Here it is. Okay, so it is running. And then release build. So here's all of these in. Wait a second. Okay. Target debug. So if I do a release build, resources, I want to delete all of you. Let's actually not debug you anymore. We can do a cargo run release, and it should run and not crash on us because it should copy over those. It should copy over all those assets. Yeah, it did. Perfect. And then we got all this working and running, and we're all happy. All right. Thank you so much, Lord Mist, for that pull request. It was weird that it took us a little while for us to get set up with that. All right. Is that a better camera location? Almost. I need a little tripod or something to show him. But okay, so we have our game over, and let's see. All right, continuing on. So we've got that. So this is working. We'll remark that. Okay, so polish. Create a game over screen where participants' names and what they dropped are displayed on screen. So, and scrolling up like credit. So what we want to do is have something like game over, that scrolls up, and then everybody's name, along with what they dropped, scrolling up. And I'm thinking it's probably okay to have because for example, Danny, you just dropped a whole bunch of swords at the end there. In the 0 position. So if you drop, let's say you drop 20 things, one of them hits, you could be in the first section and in the next section. So it'll just show all the drop events, I guess in that order. So let's figure out how we want to do that. I'm thinking that we want the game over to show up in the middle of the screen and start scrolling upwards. So that should be decently easy. Drop slots could have cooldown periods too. Oh, that could be interesting. Let's add in that to a feature request. Drop slots have cooldown periods. Danny Fritz. Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, so if I want, let's go to the interface where we create this this point. So we have the game over text. And I'm just putting this right here. If I throw this at the bottom of the screen and then have that scroll upwards. So let's say the X, we need you to be in the middle. So we have the title width. Do we have, I think we have the screen size too. So our point is going to be screen size dot 0 divided by 2.0 minus half of the width. So title width divided by 2.0. And then Y, I want you to be screen size dot 1. So just start at the very bottom. Now that being said, I need to store the game over location. This might as well be a .2, F32. And I'll set that. Well, I can't really do that unless I also store the text. So game over title is a text. So let's take this. We're going to create the title. Create the font. We have to get the width here. Copy you. And create you here. So, okay, this is going to be our game over title. Game over title. All right. Then from this, we can create our location. So let game over, what do we call this? Game over location. I should really do title location. To new, and with that I want our width is going to be the screen width divided by 2.0 minus game over title width divided by 2.0, and then the Y is going to be the screen height, just that. Okay, game over title location, let's change that. Oh, game over title location. Okay, so we have game over title and game over title location. Then, what are you upset about? Oh, because you're a U32, so I want you to be an as F32. Then down here in draw, we don't need, okay, so if we're in the game over state, let's go ahead, we draw the mask. We don't need to create this title anymore. We're just going to draw, and then the point, the destination is going to be self dot game over title location, like that. And then the drawable is going to be self dot game over title. Okay, so that should be perfect. It should draw that down below, and then for update, if the running state is game over, where's our update? Here's our update, which means we need the running state. So running state is a reference to the running state. If running state dot is game over, so if the game is over, then I want to take self dot game over title location dot y. minus equals, we could just do 1.0 and just make that go up slowly. Oh, I need to. Okay, that makes you happy. Then, now when the game ends, that game over should go up by whatever this speed is. Let's go ahead and run this. I do have an error I didn't notice. Right, because it takes 3 arguments, but 2 arguments were supplied. I have the lives left. I need to also pass in a reference to self dot running state. Okay, that makes you happy. Okay, so we have you. I was gonna say, shouldn't some of those hit me? Okay. I guess my iframes helped out a lot with that. I am noticing a distinct lack of game over showing up here. So it should be showing up right below the screen and then moving upwards. But it's not. And my guess is, if we take a look, okay, so this update, where's update for this? In update, if the game is over, we just return okay. Where's interface? So we run self.update for the interface here. I'm thinking that this should be run regardless. And I think that needs to run. Yeah, okay. So here's our while loop. If the running state is game over, return okay. Well, we need to run the interface update first. So I actually want to cut you out, bring you up here before this check, and run you there. So there's an architectural sort of like problem here. And it would have been like if I had a better like plan and knew that this was coming, I could have probably saved some made it nicer on myself. Okay, so we need the lives left. Where are you? Lives, okay, so get the player's lives left. Right, to display that up here. So we do that first. So you get the player's lives left, then get this, okay? So no errors. Let's go ahead and run this now. Run away! I don't want the hearts. At least not right now. Let's go ahead and drop some snakes. There we go. And so here's our game over, and it's scrolling upwards. Okay, perfect. I think that looks pretty good. Now I need to put in like all of the people that participated and all the people that are sort of like part of this. So everyone who hits let's see, in our update, okay, so chat message received from chat. Okay, player hit object. So this is where the player physics system sends out a message, hey, the player was hit by this object. We winning players push the chatter. Okay, so we're basically saying, hey, look, you hit the player, therefore you get helped out. And then we could pass this in on game over. How is that going to work? Do I even need to pass it in the game over? We have the game over screen. I guess like as soon as the game is over, I could create a bunch of objects. Okay, that's what we could do. So we have the winning players. Maybe I don't even need to like necessarily. Oh, okay. Winning players, we track those. And I think I'm also tracking everyone who drops. Maybe I'm not. Chat message. So when I receive from chat, okay, I figure out what the name is. Okay, yeah, I'm just either sending the error back to the chat or handling that command. So this is like people who successfully hit me are going to be in that list. So, as soon as the game is over, I want to clear out all the game objects. And add new ones in. So what is that going to look like? If self running state is game over. I don't know if I need to like do a return okay anymore. What I want to do is empty out all the game objects. So this is gonna be self.gameObjects.clear, I think. So clear them out. Return none just because. I mean, I could. Well, I can't return none. It's return okay or error. I could return error, but that would crash the game. So I want to clear out all the game objects, and then I want to, for every, so for winner in, let's do chatter. Chatter in self dot, what do they call them? Winning players. And should really do a reference there. I want to create a new game object and throw them in along with whatever we need. And then we could put in what we need to put in for that. I probably should do this in another function because that's gonna make it a lot easier. Yeah, this would have been a lot cleaner if I like realized I was gonna do this. So if I do something like self dot add winning player game object, and then we pass in the chatter like that, probably something like this. Then we don't need a return okay. What we do need to do is set our game state up. So our running state is playing player one, chat one. So is game over is really just if we're not playing false. So now we need a credits. So is game over becomes false again if it's credits false did chat win is just chat one true, and this can be or running state credits. Essentially this just can become underscore. Don't look, just drop, and it almost landed. Oh, nice. Oh, kitty cat moved again. And Bear do that, redeemed. Pet the kitty. He's around, we think, 11 weeks old or so. He's a rescue, so we don't know for sure. And his name is Zilby. The wire sort of is not liking the position it's in, but there. You can look at his face as he falls asleep again. All right. So this gives us, okay, so is the game over state, and this means that we can now switch to, let's see. And the camera's too close. I have to constantly change it. Okay, so if running state is game over, we clear the objects, we then add these new game objects, and then as soon as that's over, we're going to say self.running state equals running state credits. So now we're going to run the credits. So really, as part of here, I should probably have like a match on running state, and depending upon which running state are in, we're doing different updates. That's probably what would have been better to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this function in. And we're gonna take in a reference to the chatter. And I think we're gonna just return a game result. Like that. I think it's gonna be a game result and not, yeah, it's gonna have to be a game result. Okay, so if I throw in a to-do. All right, so how do we want to do this? I want for this, for each chatter, depending upon the type we want to apparently he's accidentally hitting the screenshot button. I don't know which key that is. It's okay. Accidentally, I know the cat is taking screenshots. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. I need to create a game object. So let's go ahead and like create the basic one. So let game object equals game object new. And so we want to say like, where is this gonna go? X or Y. Let's start this with like just 0.0. Y is like, I don't know, 250.0. Just so we can show it on the screen right away. A draw system. So the draw system that we really care about here is probably just going to be a generic game object draw system. So we're going to do a game object draw system new. This is the sprite that we care about. And then the label. Ooh, so if I do none for the sprite, but then give it a label, which is an option. So that'd be a sum, which would be probably like the chatter name. So chatter dot name. I probably have to clone this for lifetime reasons, because it's gonna go out of scope at the end of this block, and I want to like own this forever. Okay, so there's that. Then, so we've got that. Our width. So if we say just, I don't know, 250, like, I don't know, 50.0, 50.0, physics system. We can do a none for right now. Collidable, false. Chatter. Okay, so we have the chatter, so we can do sum chatter. We probably have to clone this. My type, okay, so my type, the game object type. So game object type. We can do enemy. That's fine. You're all enemies. Life system. This could be a none. We don't have a life system, and there we go. And then this is it returns a game object, so we're happy with that. And then we want to do self dot game objects dot push game object and give ownership to that. Cat is trying to play music now. Cat's now searching appropriately for just C, like 1,000 C's. Oh, now N. I don't think the cable would reach if I try to like put it on top of the monitor and look down. Plus it would be really too close to the cat. I don't know if it could focus. My wife is suggesting that I need to get a higher quality camera than this. So an HD camera. And probably need to like figure out where to place it. Okay, so this adds them in, and then we're not quitting, so now this should run, and it's probably gonna, I don't know what it's gonna do. I think it's gonna make them drop. No, they don't have a physics system. They're just gonna sit there. So let's go ahead. Well, let's figure out what of these run. Okay, so this function takes 3 arguments, but 2 arguments were supplied. Game object draw system, we need sprite, label, and a scale by, which is an F32. So 1.0. Mismatch types expected in enum option. For which thing? The sprite, no, it's an option, so I got num. Oh, a label is an option. I have a sum. Static. And that's supposed to be a static string, so that's a problem. Found struct draw system game object draw system. Okay. So you're supposed to be, okay, sprite is none. So option sprite, what I have none, that should be fine. Option string slice. Oh, do you need to be? It might be good to like give it an actual string. Because if I just do this, then they need to give you a slice. Expected enum standard option box draw system plus static. Oh, you need boxed. That's my problem. I need to box this. Draw system is an option box draw system. Okay, so I need to sum box new like that. Okay. Now, explicit lifetime required. So this is the next problem. I think we have to change this, the label, to take in a full string, so that I could basically just clone this. Give myself a new string because it's going out. It's going out of It's going to be going out of what is it called? Scope. So this label and the game object draw system needs to take in a string, which is unfortunate, but that's what we need to do. So this label, you need to take in a string here, which should be fine for the rest of this file, but a bunch of these now. Cannot borrow self as mutable because also borrowed as immutable. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Right, so if I want to run this, I'm in a mutable self here. That's my problem. I can't run another mutable self. Although I've run functions in here that have mute self. Oh no, I don't. They're usually immutable. Okay, hold on. I can do this. If I just do a reference to self, I think that makes you happier, right? And then I pass in the game objects, which is mutable. So game objects, which is a mutable reference to a vector of game object. And so then this will be game objects.push. We push that in. So then down here, we also pass in mute self dot game objects. Cannot borrow self to game objects as mutable because it's also borrowed as immutable. Where did I also borrow it? Mutable borrow occurs here. Immutable borrow occurs here. Oh no, at the same line. Cause like self. Oh no, self game objects. I'm not looping over game objects. I wonder what I can do is I can return an array, like a vector of these, and then throw them, like combine them together. So maybe that's what we can do. Self dot add winning. Okay, so let's not do this here. Instead, we can do self.gameObjects.push. We could change this to self.create winner game object and pass in the chatter. Okay, and then close around that. I think that might work better. So we're gonna name this function create winner game object. We're taking that. We don't take in the game objects here. We don't. Okay, so we're going to create that and return okay game object. I don't need a no return. Mismatch types expected. It's a game result. Oh, okay. Can I do a type? Game object. No errors anymore. Okay, there we go. So this should pass those in. I'm kind of surprised there's no errors. Hey, don't chew on those. Okay. I guess let's run it and see what happens. All right, so let's get ourselves to a game over state, and we'll be happy. I may have too many iframes. I probably should have died in that snake infestation. Okay, look, here we go. Doodah, right here. So that showed up properly, so that's good. Partial name is good enough. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't. Interesting. It moved off to the side. Now because it's the center of the thing and it moves up. Okay, that's what it happens. So I need to find the center position, put it down here, and then make it scroll upwards. So we're doing it. Okay, so as I create this, right, like our width and height. So our X and Y, so this was 0. That's why it sort of like was in the middle of your name. I need the screen size to be passed into here. So the screen size, which is going to be a tuple of F32, F32. And this would allow me to do, I want screen size dot 0 divided by 2.0. And for the Y, let's do screen size dot 1 minus like 100.0 for right now. And then when I create this, we have to pass in the screen size. So we have to get that up here. Let's actually just create the screen size at the very top. So here's the screen size, and we'll pass a reference screen size in here. Okay. Just to sort of tweak the other thing, if I go to my player life system, let's give myself, I gave myself 120 iframes. I feel like I should have significantly, that's like 2 full seconds. I think I need less than 1 second. Let's try like 12. That's like that's a huge decrease in iframes. But I think that will mean that you can spam the snakes, and I can't just like sit there. I think I can hit 1 and like jump out of it at that time, but I shouldn't. Yeah, like that kills me pretty quickly. All right, so here's mirror clamp right here. So this is perfect. So now I want to start you down here and I want to move you up. So, that means for a physics system, I probably want like a credits physics system. So in our mod here, we're going to mod, what did I call this? Credits physics system. Cat's now on the other side of the other side of the table here. I don't know if there's a good way for me to. Oh well, never mind. Cat moved to the other side of the table and then right back to the computer. Okay, so we're gonna say pub struct credits physics system, and we're gonna want a velocity of an F32, and that's pretty much it. I want to then for this, I want to then impl credits physics system and function new. Okay, so we're going to have a velocity of negative 1.0 that matches what we have elsewhere. Not super awesome that I have like 2 magic numbers essentially that are supposed to be matched up. I think 1 or 2 seconds is good if you're trying to avoid dying. I am, but well, it'll be something we have to tweak around, sort of play with. Okay, so then we're going to impl physics system for the credits physics system, and what do we need in here? Okay, so we need to implement debug. And then we're missing updates. I think, oh, and update, and then we need to bring in error. I think so. Missing the update trait that returns standards. Oh, error report. Yeah. Okay, so then use error result. Oh, cat is now hanging out behind me. And then I want, okay, so update. Okay, so mute self. So we get all of these fun things. We have to pull you in. All right, and then you're just yelling at us because we're not returning okay like that. Kitty Cat decided to help us out with a little bit of pair programming. And then, all right, what's next? I want to simply take our location. So for all of these, we want to say location.y plus equals self.velocity. And that's it. Then we just return okay. And I think that's enough to, okay, so we need to implement this physics system. So then in our main library, credit physics system right here. So physics system needs to be, come on, a sum box new credit physics system. Credit physics system, you don't know how to pull that in. New. Oh, you don't know how to pull that in. Hold on, let's mod you. Oh, you need to be, so hub use, credit physics system, like that. Back to you. Net, no? Use physics. Credit physics system, like that. Credits. Which line? Oh, credit. Okay, you got, yeah, you got it. Okay, credits physics system. That's probably not the best, but let's go ahead and run this. See if it works. And also, Shiman, redeemed Pet the Cat. All right, so I don't see that your name is moving up though, and that's a problem. Oh, this. You want to play now, and I don't have a little plaything. The cat's name is Zilbe, Xilbe. Nope. No biting. No biting. Is that a Chinese word? I'm not. I don't think it's a Chinese word. I don't know if it's like an actual word. I think. So my wife came up with the name. In a dream, she said. But I think he wants to play right now. So I'm going to. And do you have any toys in here? I kind of have a toy in here. Oh, he was reaching out for me and he fell off his tree. And if I take R, oh, he was just on there and he decided to jump off. All right, so what were we doing? We were trying to figure out why this wasn't moving up. So we have our physics system, which is the credit physics system, which then moves up. We have it be an enemy. I'm guessing that it's not. Oh, we panicked. Panicked at overflow when subtracting durations. So my credit physics system, so my location.y plus equals to self.velocity, which is negative 1.0, so that should move the y upwards. I think that should work. But we should double check that this is actually running. So print line moving credits. Okay, so if I do that, then we'll run this again. Should it be self.location or something? No, it shouldn't be. Okay, so moving credits. So I'm getting this moving credits here. But that's not actually moving. So location is being passed into update here. I'm able to take the y position and plus equals to self.velocity. Self.velocity is negative 1.0. That should be fine. Let's see, plus equals to, I mean, because if I do like minus equals to 1.0, that should also move it upwards. Do I not have the label moving with the object? Okay, so let's give this in the main library. Let's give you a sprite. So if I, so instead of none, a sprite is, where is that? Oh, the draw system. Oh, with the draw system, come on. Sprite is just an option, so sprite, so I can do a sum, sprite, new. We need to, so we need to pass in context. The path. Let's do heart. Like 16. 16. Oh, this is gonna be 1 1. PNG 1 1. Okay. So that gives me that. This is a result sprite game error. I'm gonna do question mark for that. We need to pull in game context now. Which means down here we need to pass in context. Okay, let's try this. Kitty cat went away out of the room, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off that camera. Wait, did that work? No, it did not. So here we see the heart and we see Danny Fritz. Neither of them are moving. We're hitting the update for it because we see the moving credits print line here. So we're running the update for it, but are we running the draw for it properly? In draw, we are, because it's refreshing the screen every single frame, and then we're redrawing that out again. So that should be fine. So we know that update is running. We know that draw is running. Why are you not moving? Hold on. Let's think here for a minute. So we have a game object. We have a credits physics system. Now we have this game object draw system. Game object draw system, are you not caring where you are? It's like, here's draw. We take in a location, which is a 0.2. Can you print out the location with the moving credits log? Yeah, I can. Let's do, okay, so here's graphics draw. So if we have, okay, this is a label. So if we have a label, we draw the label out. And here's, if we have a sprite, we draw the sprite out based upon the location. So where are we getting this location from? Let's see, update. We're not storing the location internally, so this is going to be in our game, in just game object. Draw. Location is a point to self.location x, self.location.y. This should be changing. Let's go ahead and come back into our game object draw for this draw here. Let's do a debug for our location. Now we're going to get a whole bunch of locations until we lose the game. So we'll just have to lose quickly, and then we'll pay attention to what the location is. So we can see a whole bunch of locations happening here. Let's go ahead and quit out. And so we can see, okay, so location, we have like a 960, 979, 960, 979, 960, 979, not changing. Not changing at all. So on your physics system, are you actually, okay, we're doing location.y minus equals to 1.0. I'm trying to set the location here for in the credit physics system, if I debug location, I think I can do things like this, where I can say location. Let's also do a, okay, let's do debug twice. Before move. And this is after move. And then we'll panic. So we just run it one frame of this, but we should see the location going up. I want use a move value. I don't want to move you. Okay. Let's go ahead and rerun this. Okay, so here is location point. Okay, before move, here's the location, X 960 by 980. After move, 960, 979. Okay, so that moved up, it seems. So that should be 979. Is it not hitting for some reason? When I'm creating this game object, I'm giving it some box new game object draw system. The sprite, the label, we're scaling by this. Like that should be fine. Then a physics credit system. We know it's hitting draw, but it's not passing in the new location. Oh man, this is bothering me. Why are you doing this? Why you be like this? So in game object, we do update. So if we have a physics system, we run it. Or we pass it a mutable self.location. So here's our location. If we have a draw system, then we run update in the draw system. Then we get to the draw side. If we have a draw system, we run draw and we pass in self.location.x and self.location.y, which should be fine because it should be the new location as it moves upwards. So after we run, like, so we have our game update. We clear out all the game objects. We push in these and we switch to running state credits. So that's like only if this is true, and that happens for one frame essentially. And then all the game objects is cleared out. We switch to the credits. Game time. Okay, so like all this stuff is, so receiving chat messages. Collidable game objects. Okay, so here's where we loop through all the game objects and we run update on them. And we saw that that was working multiple times. We still have the game object in there because we saw that it was running those updates with it. Then we come down to draw. Okay, so for game objects, iterate through all of our game objects. Game object draw. Interesting, okay. Yeah, there's some like old stuff from like my original iframe system that I'm not using anymore that's in here that should be refactored out. Or written out. But okay, game object draw passes this context. This is back to game objects. Draw. So then we have all of this stuff here. So if we have a draw system, then call draw on it and pass in this location. And I think that we saw that the location isn't changing. So there's a weird disconnect in there. I don't necessarily know how to fix it off the top of my head. We may have to take a look at it again tomorrow. I am over time, so I'm probably gonna have to head out, go to work. It's a little bit frustrating that I wasn't able to figure this out like in the first pass, because I thought I had created a system where I could just create a physics system for it and make it happy, but it doesn't like this. This location Y is definitely not happy. If I have this debug before move and after move, and I run this, we should be seeing that before move and after move many, many times. So if I do like fire 2, that's weird. You'd be curious if it's drawing at 980 or 979. So we're getting this before and after move. Hold on. Let's quit the game. Oh, I can't quit the game. That's weird. Okay, so here's before move 980, after move 979, before move 980. It's resetting. It's resetting over and over and over again. Hold on a second. In my main live here, I'm asking, hey, running state, is the game over? If that's true, then do all this stuff and then switch the running state to credits. If we come to running state, is game over? playing is false, player 1 or chat 1 is true, credits is false. So that should be false. Running credits should not make that code run multiple times again. But yeah, so the location is resetting over and over and over again, which kind of makes me wonder is, am I running, where's my lib? Oh, wrong lib. Am I running this code over and over and over again? It's like if I print line look who's back. If I do print line clearing out game objects to show winners. So if I do that, I think 979 during draw implies that just resetting, and 980 implies two different objects. Potentially. So if this runs multiple times, then that means that logic is wrong. Let's go ahead and run this really quickly. I'm not seeing that over and over and over again, although it's kind of hard to see. Raven Legend, hello! Yeah, so I'm not seeing us do that more than once. Interesting. So it is the same game objects. Why they're not resetting their locations is fun. Yeah, so here we see their X and Y is not resetting. Or it is resetting. And we can see that it's every single time. Like 980, 979. Even if there's multiple of them out, it's just one going. Which is not good. Different object would mean a clone on location, probably. Same object would mean a new in the update being called every frame. Yeah. That's interesting. I'll have to like trace through to see like how the other physics engines are working, because I thought that's how I set it up to run, but apparently not. That being said, it's 8:48. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to run and go to work. So sorry about that, everybody. I really hoped that I was gonna be able to get this going today, but apparently not. Thanks for stopping by, Raven Legend, even though you came at the end. We did pet the cat for a little bit. See if I can do another kitty cam here. I know you put in to pet the cats, so I'll add in this for you. And Danny Fritz redeemed pet the cat. You also missed him take a whole bunch of screenshots on his computer and pair program with me. But with that, I'm going to switch over to the ending screen. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. I'm doing these streams every single weekday morning, so tomorrow morning I will be back to work on this, and we'll figure it out. I'm starting these streams at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, but if you'd like to get notifications, follow me here on Twitch. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.